You're live now.
I know. I think God did say
And here we go. What is going on, guys? It is Just Saiyan Podcast. I am here once again with Big Time Josie. Woo! I called you Big Time. Big Time Josie.
It's all good. It's all good.
And I am Goku Dan, aka Dan the Man. And we have a lot to talk about. Especially, we're going to start with the Jungle Book, and that's a Disney property. That's a Disney property, and we're going to start with another Disney. We're going to talk a little bit more about this other Disney property, and that's Zootopia. And then after that, we have a list full of animation movies that we're looking forward to and which we love the most. But before we start, tradition always calls for us to open up usually a beer. But come on, it's early in the morning. We do not need a beer right now. We're not trying to say we're alcoholics, but but cheers, and let's get this podcast started. That's strong. That's strong.
Purified. That's some purified water right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty intense.
Lemonade. Woo. Okay, so The Jungle Book, directed by Jon Favreau, who did the first Iron Man. He did Swingers. He did Chef. I really loved Chef.
Yeah, it was good. I like that one.
I really like that movie. So The Jungle Book, when you first saw the trailer to it, because have you seen the old cartoon?
Yeah,
Jungle
I've seen.
Book?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this. Their mind was blown. Everybody said it looks fantastic. I said I wanted to watch it. My expectations weren't too high, but they're like right there where I'm excited to see it. How did you feel about like going into the Jungle Book?
I was actually pretty shocked about it because I saw that they're making like when I saw the Jungle Book, I was like, really? It's like I saw Maleficent.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys know what I'm talking about.
I mean, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it could have been better.
Yeah, it could have been better. Like Angelina Jolie, liked her. Okay,
I thought she was great as Maleficent.
But they could have done more with her character because she is a great actress.
Yes.
So then Cinderella, I saw Cinderella.
I haven't seen that one. Is that any good?
It's good. It's good. Okay. I like Kate Blanchett as the mom.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett.
She's
always great.
Then I saw this one, and I was like, okay. Like, hopefully it's good, because I like the Jungle Book ever since I was little. Yeah. Like all the music and all that.
Oh,
and then I saw the trailer, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. If all these other terrible movies are coming out that I've seen, well, I'll give Disney a shot with this Jungle Book movie.
Yeah.
And it turned out pretty gosh darn good.
It turned out to be almost probably up there as one of my favorite movies of the year. That's hard.
Yeah, and it was good. Like, I really enjoyed it like a lot. It wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now because I'm getting a little bored. No, the whole time I'll stay there like, oh yeah, like what's gonna happen next?
Exactly.
Like, even though we all know what's gonna happen, because Disney it was following the cartoon with a couple minor changes in the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but it kept you on your toes a little bit because you're like, okay, that was different, that was new. So what's next?
Exactly, man. Like I was watching it, and I was like, first of all, when I was watching this film, like, how gorgeous did the film look?
Oh, it looked nice.
I mean, like, especially the wolves. The wolves look so detailed and so real. Like, it was fantastic. I thought this was one of the most beautiful movies I've seen all year. But there's another movie, animation-wise, that's just as good. But with the Jungle Book, I love the old Jungle Book. I love the voice acting in the old Jungle Book, especially with Baloo.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Well, Bill Murray in this film.
It was funny. Like, I was like, Bill Murray?
He was
picked him out quick.
It was good though for this interpretation of the Jungle Book. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm always gonna go with the cartoon Baloo from that Jungle Book. Mm-hmm. The voice.
Yeah, I like his voice a lot.
His voice, and then especially when he sings. Mm-hmm. But with Bill Murray, it was good. His Baloo was good for this type of film that they were trying to do, and they really gave him a lot. And the Baloo is so much different than the cartoon one too. It works though. It works with what they were trying to establish with that Baloo in this interpretation. But how do you feel about Mowgli? I really like Mowgli.
I mean, a newcomer actor. Nobody heard about him, and it was good. It was a surprise. That's what we need to see more in, I think, cinematic movies. Is you don't really need these famous people to play these parts. We need people that can fit the parts and act well. They don't have, like, if the storyline's good, a good director, good writers, it doesn't really matter who's in the movie. No, I wouldn't care. If they have someone that looked exactly like, I don't know, like what's somebody you really like in comics, TV shows, or anything from books?
Like, it's with let's say Batman. You don't need a big time actor. I think Ben Affleck wasn't even like that was so everybody was freaking out when Ben Affleck became Batman. But you can get somebody that looks like Bruce Wayne stuff who has the acting chops. That doesn't necessarily have to be a big name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mowgli, he's a kid. He's a kid actor. Yeah. A lot of people know like kid actors don't fare too well. But he did good for what he was given. He there was some spots here and there where I'm like, the acting's a little bit, shaky. But overall, he did a really fantastic job. You got to understand that he's acting and he's doing all this stuff when there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Only he probably be acting with probably, you never, like there's nobody there unless Bill Murray and oh my God, the Panther. What's his name?
Ben
Kingsley. Yeah. Unless they're there sitting down in a chair and he's just looking at them as they're speaking the lines, maybe to help them a little bit.
I don't know if they did motion capture on them. I don't think they would.
But I think maybe they have somebody like say, look at this object or something.
Oh no, they do.
Because because I even be terrible like trying to look at imagine something right there, and I'll just talk to it.
No, I'm pretty sure they did. I mean, they always have like this little ball where they're like, oh, this is Bagheera. You can go ahead and talk to him right there. But I think the actor who played Mowgli did a great job. But who I really loved in this movie was Ben Kingsley as Bagheera.
Yeah.
He spot on with the casting on that character because like his voice was so commanding and he just reminded me of Bagheera back in the cartoon. I might have liked this. I had to go back and watch the old cartoon, but I think I like this one Bagheera better than the old cartoon.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. When I was watching, I was like, whose voice is that? And because it matched so well with it, I was like, this is a really good one. I was like, oh, I thought it was Liam Neeson at first, you guys. No, just like no, but yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
like the voice acting and everything about it, he like nailed it on the spot. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. You'll understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, because we're going to be getting into spoiler territory in a little bit. Bill Murray, like we said, did a good job for what he was, that kind of balloon that was in this universe. And we also have who I loved was Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah.
As
Shere Khan.
Shere Khan. I mean, Idris Elba as Shere Khan, like that dude just has I love Shere Khan in this movie. Like he was so ruthless and like he was intimidating, man. This tiger was intimidating as shit.
Yeah, it was like he was. How do you say it? Like he respected the laws of the jungle. At the same time, he went with his own thing. So like when there's like when the law, like here, like the 10 laws, like 10 commandments, you can't break.
Which I love that they introduced the rules and the laws and the jungle honor. Yeah, the honor system.
Like he wouldn't break it, but if everything else, it was fair game with him. Like, he didn't care. Like it was like these are the rules, can't break them. So, all right, that he was just like, all right, but even though they didn't tell him that, he mentioned the rules. But when everything said and done, he did his own thing.
Yeah, much. Yeah, man, and he was just awesome. Like Idris Elba is always a great actor. I'm gonna move this a little bit right here. There we go.
Okay, can you see me now?
We're gonna move this right here. There we go. Idris Elba as an actor is just absolutely just fantastic. He is a great underrated actor out there. So him being cast in this, like I just everything he does is just like he's so good at it. So him as Shere Khan was just it made sense. Who I really love though, I think that my favorite characters in this film though were the wolves. The wolves were awesome, especially there's a particular scene with the mother wolf and Mowgli when Mowgli has to leave. That hit right here, man.
The guy started crying.
I was bawling, bro. Like, we'll get the spoilers and I'll tell you the details on that. But that scene just got me. But the wolves were definitely amazing. I think the most CGI-ish that out of all the animals were the elephants.
Yeah.
The elephants were very CGI.
And they were only in for one shot. I think 1 or 2 shots of the movie.
Yeah, they weren't there for that long. They play a part in the movie, but they weren't there as much as you would think. Another great one, because we know the story of the Jungle Book. We know these characters are going to come in. And another one that I couldn't believe when I first saw it and how huge he was King Louie, dude.
Oh, yeah. He was massive.
He's like King Kong.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen it, he's a big monkey, like a big monkey in
huge.
This one.
He is huge. How do you feel about Christoph Walken as King Louie? I liked it. I really liked it.
I was watching that scene. I was like, it's part of the mafia. Like,
I liked it. It worked.
Like, it worked with it. I liked it a lot. But
I want to be like you. And the music was incorporated pretty good, I thought.
Mm-hmm. It was because they incorporated it to a movie, not like a musical cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like in your face musical. It was actually just subtly going in.
Yeah.
Especially with King Louie's part, where you're like, is he gonna really? I don't know if he's gonna sing or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just watching the interaction between him and Mowgli, and then he's like, and then they transition it pretty well. They go, I want the fire. I want be like you. I was like, all right, he's going for the song and dance here. Well, no dancing, just singing. He's on his butt. I can't say bad words on this one.
Not this one.
Not this one. But yeah, King Louie was really cool. And I like the design. I like just overall Christoph Walken's performance, because you don't know where you're gonna get off of Christoph Walken.
Yeah, he might ask more cowbell if we need it.
Yeah, maybe.
maybe.
He was good though. He was really good. What was the standouts? What like really got you going in this film? Like, what made you say, "Oh, this is one of the best films"?
Well, what got me going was probably the very beginning, the intro, very beginning, because it starts out with the Jungle Book music. I mean, if you haven't seen it, to the old cartoon, to realize the music, it's sold to anybody that's seen that cartoon so many times in their childhood. It starts off with the music exactly like it says the Jungle Book, and it goes right into the story. And I liked it because it went right with him being older. Then it briefly touched back in the story about him being little.
Yeah, and that was good. I like that. I like that element. It definitely felt like one story. Not like they're trying to set up for the sequel or anything like that. It felt like one story, and just the use of the book and stuff, and then the use of the old music and stuff, like that was pretty done pretty well. And then of course going back with the flashback.
Yeah.
A lot of flashbacks in movies, but that one was done.
It was
at the right time.
It was like only one flashback. Huh?
Yeah, it was just one. That's all you need. That's all you need.
And it wasn't really. It was a flashback, but it was more like a story, because Ka was telling Mowgli in the story,
which was kind of weird.
Yeah, like it was like, how did Ka even know about it?
And like, how's Mowgli even able to see what Ka is seeing? And that was a little touchy. That was another problem I had. That was one problem I had with the movie was, I don't think Scarlett Johansson needed to be the voice of Ka. I would have liked somebody else to be Ka, honestly. You just knew that was her, and you're like,
I think they try to get her in it for people to go see the movie.
Scarlett
Johansson's in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could have got Sylvester Stallone as Ka, and I remember like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go watch it. Or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hey, Mowgli.
Yeah.
That's Mowgli.
Come here now.
I killed the dinosaurs, the Ice Age. That kind of stuff. But I think I would have loved Zoe Saldana as Ka. Or like that.
It could be anybody's voice. I mean, I think it's just because she's like Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, it's like hot right now with the names and
like Jon Favreau loves Scarlett Johansson. Mm-hmm. Are those two banging? I don't know, because like, there's a kids one. I don't. John,
you can ask her when she moves to Santa Maria.
Is she moving to Santa Maria?
Well, that was the rumor saying that she wants to leave. She wants to leave LA, and she wants to live up here, either like in the AG area, the Palma area, or Santa Maria area.
Lies! I'm looking that up right now. You talk.
No. All right. Yeah, go ahead, look it up. Look it up. No.
I'm looking it up right now. You're lying to me. No. You're lying.
And any of you guys read that? Yeah, she's saying she wants to move up here to Santa Maria because she likes the area. She's tired of the LA life. I want to say like traffic and all that, not movies. She'll still be doing movies, guys, but she'll be like living up here. So how cool would that be if you were at Hot Dog and a Stick and you saw her like at Subway in the mall right there? How awesome would that be? I think it would be cool. I would just say hi and just keep going.
You do know isn't she married?
Yeah, she's married.
And she had a kid, huh?
Yeah, I think the monkey's
that's kind of crazy that Black Widow was with Deadpool at one point.
I know.
Remember? Yeah. No way.
Yeah, look it up. Okay, so talking about the Jungle Book, all right? You guys, we're gonna head into a couple of spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, I say you stop watching it for the next probably about 5 minutes. Then after that, we're gonna be jumping into animation movies that are coming out later this year.
Yeah.
For example, we'll just throw in Angry Birds. That'll be one. And we're also gonna talk about, after the Jungle Book.
Wait, where's Clarksville?
Zootopia. What's that?
Where's Clarksville?
I'm not sure why.
No, it says that Scarlett Johansson's not moving anywhere. It's a rumor.
Yeah, but she was talking about it, so it's not for sure.
Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of stars that live in the Santa Barbara area.
Yeah,
like Brad Pitt. I think Brad Pitt has a house. There's a lot of stars. I mean, there's Oprah. Oprah has her like mansion there too. What were we talking about?
We're hitting into the spoilers right now.
Oh, good, because I want to get into the spoilers. So the one scene that really hit me, and my favorite scene, is of course the wolf and Mowgli. And the wolf is like, I forget her name, but she is the mother of Mowgli. She's the one that raises Mowgli. Of course, Bagheera brings Mowgli to the wolf pack. She considers Mowgli as her cub. And when everybody is fighting, because you're talking about the rules and everything about Shere Khan wants Mowgli and wants to kill him. Once this certain season ends and there's prosper and there's life in the land, that Shere Khan's going to go after Mowgli, and he warns the wolf pack, like, give me Mowgli or some heads are going to roll.
Mm-hmm.
So the wolf pack it's raining, it's stormed a lot, it's raining and storm, and they have to come to the decision. What do they do with Mowgli? Do they take him back to the man, to men? Do they just get him out of here? Do they keep him as one of their own? Like, there's a divide between the wolf pack. Mowgli makes a decision on his own to leave the wolf pack, so nobody gets hurt. And the scene between him and his wolf mother, when he makes a decision, she says, no matter what anybody tells you, you are my son. You will always be my son. Like,
start crying.
I was balling. Like, that was such a touch. It's crazy, man. It's a freaking wolf with a boy. Yeah, her saying that stuff, like, it hit right here, man. It hit right in the heart. Like, I'm a softie for that kind of emotional stuff. What was your favorite scene in the movie, other than the music and the intro?
The scene I probably like, spoiler alert. Well, it's not really a big spoiler. And when
already in spoilers.
I know, spoiler alert. Just make everybody sure. Was when Baloo was having Mowgli get the honey.
I like that scene.
I thought that scene was actually pretty funny. And he's like, just whole thing gets, he tells them that they're stinging him. And he's like, they're stinging me. And he's just going on Baloo like, I don't care. Just get my honey for me. And then, but he's not like a douche about it.
No.
He's just like chill about it. He's like, dude, just get my honey. I'm waiting. It's all right. It happens. Like, he's like that type of style. Then he goes, and then the next time Mowgli helps Baloo, and he starts building these little concoctions.
Yeah.
And then he like gets all this honey for Baloo the next time around. It's like pretty cool.
Yeah, because everybody is telling Mowgli, why are you act like a wolf. Don't be, why are you doing all these contraptions where it's making it easier for you? Don't be doing that stuff. You're a wolf, obey by the wolf code. Mm-hmm. And Baloo is like one of the guys where he's like, dude, I love your contraptions.
If it works, use them.
You be Mowgli and I be Baloo, and let's just hang out together. That's basically Baloo. And what I love is they really do bring that friendship and that, just like from the old cartoon, like you really feel like that camaraderie in this film. Like you felt like Mowgli really loves Baloo towards the end of this film. I like that. But I really wanted to see more Bagheera and Baloo.
Yeah, like
I love those two together in anything. I love those two to get together. I really liked how Bagheera. I liked when Mowgli kind of mentions like Bagheera, and he's like, "Oh, that guy."
Yeah, like he knew exactly who was talking about, like him.
Nah, that guy's a douche.
And then even then when Bagheera shows up and sees who Mowgli's hanging out with, he's like, "Oh God."
Yeah,
like him
exactly.
Like of everybody, him. So like everybody had a rep in the jungle.
Oh yeah, and then like when Bagheera tells like Baloo like the wolf. The main wolf leader, the dad, basically is dead, and like when he tells him Shere Khan's after him, Baloo's like, "Oh,
yeah." He's like,
that's a whole different kind of
that's
a different kind of tiger."
Because Mowgli tells him a tiger's after him, and Baloo's just like, "Oh, like a tiger, like I'll like kick his butt, like Baloo's like, "Oh." Then when Bagheera tells him that it's Shere Khan, he's just like, "Oh." Like, him.
Yeah. And I love that Baloo is so gentle and so loving, and he's a bear, but then when it comes time to fight, the ending, and even in King Louie, when he was going against all those monkeys and Bagheera were going all those monkeys, I was like, dude, thank you. That's how you showcase a lovable character. But remember, they're still animals, they're still wild animals. And they're especially Baloo, he's a bear. So I was thinking through the whole movie, like, Baloo, you're a bear. You could fight a tiger. you're a bear. And then that ending when he just went after Shere Khan, I was like, yes, that's dope.
Yeah. It was good. It was.
And I like the Bahira and Shere Khan's fights twice. They fight twice. I liked it, but Bahira got his butt kicked. Sorry. I love when Baloo is when King Louie and all the monkeys are trying to push him off the ledge. Mm-hmm. Like they can't even move him. That was great. That's great stuff. I mean, this movie is just fantastic.
Yeah, it was. It's a buyer. Like I said, like if you guys are wondering, like, is it good? Should we buy it? Buy the movie because when you have kids, they're really going to enjoy it. And I know you're going to enjoy it too, watching it with them.
Yeah, and it's good for everybody. It's good for the kids. It's good for adults that know of the old classic, movie. And Jon Favreau does a fantastic job of keeping that classicness to this film because I still felt like it still brought me back to my nostalgia of the old Jungle Book.
Yeah,
which is great. That's what you want. There was a lot of, I guess you would call it Easter eggs a little bit. I mean, at one point, I think that was Timon and Pumbaa, technically, with Baloo. When Mowgli had to get away from Shere Khan and all those little, what was it? That herd.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I forgot what would you call them. That herd comes by.
I think the wildebeest or whatever like that. That was a little factor from like the Lion King.
Yeah, that was definitely.
If anybody hasn't.
That was definitely.
Seen, the Lion King.
Yeah. There's a lot of great little moments too in this film, especially with the elephant falling into the pit, and then Mowgli has to use his contraptions to get the elephant out. That was great. There's a lot of good stuff, man. There's a lot of good stuff.
It was good. Like it was enjoyable. I liked it a lot. Like there's so much you can talk about the whole entire movie. And then it'd be like, oh no, did I talk about this already? Because that's how good the movie was.
Yeah. Where do you rank this though? In your top? So far out
of all of them, I say this is probably the best one because I think as Disney's going along, they're making them like the cartoons with little twists and turns for everybody to enjoy. Like Maleficent, it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. They could have done more with it, but of course, it's trying to keep the kids movie friendly.
Yeah.
Then they moved on to Cinderella, I believe, and Cinderella was good because you can't really do much with Cinderella.
No,
you guys seen the cartoon?
Was she the first?
Snow White was the first one.
Snow White was?
Snow White doesn't count because Snow White and the Huntsman was not done by Disney. So I don't count that one at all.
And you got to remember, the fairy tale rights are up for grabs for anybody.
Yeah.
Like anybody can make those movies just like anybody can make a Bible movie.
Yeah, so that's why we're naming those ones because Disney has done those movies.
Yeah.
This one's by far the best. If I was a little kid, I would give it a 10.
No.
But if I'm an adult, I'll probably give it like a 9. I'll just say a 9 because they probably could have done more. They could have added. I could have watched an extra half an hour more of the movie. Jungle Book. Okay. Because it was good, and they could have extended it because it was good, but it's not ended too fast for me.
Really?
Like I got sucked in a little bit, and I was watching it, and then I was like, oh man, like could they put a little just a little more story into it? Just extended. The story was not bad.
I thought the pacing was great.
Yeah, the pacing, everything was great. I think maybe they could just add a little more though. But the budgets and all the filming, how much they think that's going to do at the box office, they can't.
That's crazy. I didn't think that because I really thought that it was actually lengthy. So that's crazy that you thought that too. But I felt like the pacing was great. But you're right. There's a lot of you can't make a movie like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Because of
little kids will lose interest.
They'll lose it. But what I do like is the fact that the Jungle Book has made money. It's a success. So we're gonna get the Jungle Book too, because at the end, what I love about this is that Mowgli doesn't go to the man village. He stays with the wolf pack, and he stays with the jungle. Yeah. And you have Baloo there, you have Bahira, you have the wolves. I want to see him stay in the jungle. I don't want to see him go to at least the man cave, the man village.
Man cave.
The man cave. Yeah, I don't want him to build a man cave yet.
He's too little.
He's too little. This is like one of my top favorite movies of the year so far. It's I don't know where I'd rank it yet because the year's not over yet, but it's up there. It's definitely up there.
It ranks 9 for me from all the Disney films that became cartoons to actual feature films.
Oh yeah,
movies. Yeah.
For a movie that cartoon and then a movie from Disney, this is number one. Mm-hmm. This is the best one, hands down. But before we move on, I wanted to address. Did you ever watch The Jungle Book, the live adaptation beforehand?
The one with
the guy who played Bruce Lee in
when was it made? The 90s, whatever. There's a couple of actresses in that one too. Like the mom from Game of Thrones, the lady, the queen, she's in that one.
What?
John Cleese is in it.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Sam Neill from Jurassic Park's in it.
Oh yeah, he is in it.
I'm trying to think who else was in it.
I like that.
A couple of like small. Yeah, it was good in its own way. It was good.
A lot of critics hated it, but I love that movie. I don't know about you guys. I love that movie.
Besides, they couldn't make the animals talk.
Yeah, but I think that was perfect. Like you have this recent one. For it to be, a little bit mix of both, live adaptation and the cartoon. So they have them talking, right? And the science between the talking of Mowgli hearing the animals, you got to throw that out the window because it's not going to make sense. But with the first live adaptation of The Jungle Book, like I really liked it because the fact that the animals didn't talk, they actually used the animals in a great way. Mm-hmm. I felt like they have Mowgli all grown up, which was cool. I like that. It's like a Tarzan type twist to it. And then that ending with King Louie and stuff and the snake.
The snake.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, Call was different in this one. He was protecting basically the treasure of the jungle. That was like his role as like.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that twist, man.
Yeah,
that's great.
Everyone's like, wait, what? There's another Jungle Book?
There is another Jungle Book. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. Talk about more about it.
Yeah, maybe the next one because I actually have the movie.
Ooh, you know what? We'll do a commentary.
Yeah.
We'll do a commentary on the. I'm pretty sure it's dated. I'm pretty sure like some of it's gonna be like, oh my god, really? But
it was made in the '90s, mid-'90s, whatever. So it's not really that terrible of a movie. I mean, it's not. It's not.
We'll see if it holds up because it's been a while since I've seen it. But what I remember of it, I really like. That was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I really liked it. So that's The Jungle Book, and we're telling you guys, buy it, watch it. It's a great, fantastic movie that's done by Disney and Jon Favreau. It was interesting because, Disney had him for Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and then they let him go, Marvel, and then he did independent movies. And this was his comeback for the big budget kind of movies, and he did a fantastic job. He did a great job. I would like to see this nominated for at least some awards. But moving on to another Disney property, and hands down, it's an animation property. It's not Pixar. It's actually the Disney animation crew who's done this. And boy, a lot of people, when they came out, and they told me like, oh, because I haven't seen it yet. I didn't see it when it first came out. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. I thought it was gonna be better. I watched this film. I said, I don't know what you guys are watching because I freaking loved it. And that's Zootopia, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love Zootopia.
It was good. I mean, no, it was good, guys. It was good.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, it was good. Was like thinking like it was a good movie. Yeah. It was fantastic. It was fantastic in a way where the idea behind it, was great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I mean by it. The idea was great because I wasn't expecting to have that much of a storyline. Like the idea behind it, I was like, oh. Okay, I see where this is going. It's about the story. You want to explain it? The story, just with who the base character who is around. What's her whole goal in the life?
Well, basically,
her whole goal in her bunny years.
It's very simple, but yet the story has a message. Especially with how would you say it? Not diversity. How would you say it? How would you say it? Like, because back in the racism times.
It's almost like that.
It's almost like that. It's like, okay, so we have basically this bunny named Judy. She, ever since she was a little bunny, she wanted to be a cop. She grows up, she trains to be a cop, she becomes a cop, and they just because she's a bunny, they don't think she can handle it. Like she gets put into Zootopia, because Zootopia is the biggest kind of like city, basically.
Yeah.
That's the capital. That's like, you have Japan. Well, Tokyo is number one right there. So she goes to Zootopia, and basically she's trying to be a real cop. She's trying to be a real cop. She's they don't believe in her. They have her as a meter maid, and she runs into a fox who is a predator. I mean, fox and bunnies don't mix together, but in this type of movie, everybody has dropped the predator versus going after the prey.
Yeah,
they're basically humans. They're basically living like they get coffee, they go to work, they have clothes on, but she meets a fox named Nick, and then they get entangled in this whole thing about missing animals, and they have to solve it. And there's more to it too, because there's definitely a message in this film about not really, don't you. I can't find.
It's like you just don't judge somebody just by the way they look. That's what. In other words, that's almost like what it is. Like, don't stereotype each other.
There it is. Yep.
And don't stereotype each other, because sometimes it's not what you always see.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because Judy has a history with the fox, and Nick is a fox, but he's a cool. It's Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman voicing Nick as the fox, and it's what I love about this movie is that the voice acting it fits everybody in this film.
Yeah,
with their counterpart animal. Like Judy's played by I think the name is Jennifer Goodwin. She's in Once Upon a Time, and she's in she was in Big Love. That was her first breakout role. But her voice and her like friendliness and just how she is fits with Judy.
Yeah, the bunny.
Yeah,
the bunny, guys.
The bunny. And then Idris Elba is in this film again, and it fits like the head honcho of the police academy, police station. Yeah. So a lot. That's what I really. And J.K. Simmons is a lion. He's a crude. Not a crude, but he's a very he's a jerk. But overall, like, yeah, that's what I love about this movie is like the voice acting is spot on.
Yeah,
and they made it for it to be spot on.
What'd
you think? What'd you think, man? What'd you think about Zootopia and just the characters in general?
It was good. I liked how when she was little, she wanted to be a cop. It showed in the very beginning. Should we go into spoilers right now a little bit? Kind of, well, sort of a little bit because you're sort of telling the story.
Yeah, just go ahead and spoil. We're going to go to spoilers because honestly, this movie's like going to go on DVDs anyway. So
I like it in the beginning because how it starts off as her is she's at a fair and her family are all carrot farmers.
Yeah,
like she comes from a small town. I mean, small. We'll just say small in Santa Maria, or we'll say from Santa Maria. A girl that's like a farmer.
Strawberries.
Yeah, strawberries. Probably strawberries. You guys know how that goes, And she sees a fox picking on her friends, and he steals her tickets. So she goes over there, and she's saying, like, give them back to my friends. And they laugh at her because she wants to be a cop. And the fox scratches her, basically knocks her to the ground, saying, you'll never be a cop, and walks away. Dude,
and then for a Disney movie, that was kind of harsh when he, like, scratched.
Yeah, because she had, like, her face is, like, scratched, and you see, like, the blood. And
and he puts out the nails and everything. It was like, whoa, where did this come from? Like, what am I watching?
Yeah, and then I like though that even though she took the hit, she still got the tickets back without even the fox knowing.
Yeah, and then not only that, she didn't give up.
Yeah,
she said, he was right about something. I don't give up, and she doesn't. She doesn't in this film until towards the end.
Yeah, even in the end, she didn't fully give up, but she starts doubting herself, like everybody does.
Yeah. I like Judy a lot. What do you feel about Nick?
Nick was a fox. I just say a sly fox. Fox. I liked his partner.
Oh my god, the partner was funny, dude. He's like, he's like in a baby carriage, and like there's this part where Judy pretty much records Nick's whole confession. Yeah. And the freaking baby carriage little thing opens up, and it's his partner in crime, and he looks like a baby. He looks like a baby, kind of like what does he kind of look like? A bat.
How he looks. He's like they disguise him as like a baby fox at times.
Yeah,
he looks like a baby fox.
He looks like he's like a
I
bat.
don't know what he is. I don't know what type of animal he is.
I don't know. It seems like an Australian animal, honestly. But yeah, he looks like a baby fox. We'll just say he looks like a baby fox, and they do a lot of schemes and stuff together. And he opens up that baby carriage, and he's like, "Oh, she played you, like with that manly voice, like she got you. Here's your badge. Like he was so funny. And then when he rolls out in his little van and his glasses, it was
dries off.
It was pretty funny because when we see these two actually do a scheme, is they go to which I actually really love is like they go to this elephant's like kind of ice cream shop, like kind of candy ice cream shop, and they want the jumbo pop, and this jumbo pop is just the size for an elephant. And Nick is in there with this his partner, and they're just he's trying to say, "Oh, for my little wee baby, can you give me a jumbo pop?" And that's how Judy meets Nick and all that. I like that scene a lot, and I like how they do get the jumbo pop because it'll help with Judy, and they sell it to these little hamsters for even more money, more profit.
What's called rich hamsters. It looks like they go to a private school.
Which was funny because they're all lined up and they grab the little pop and then they eat it to chow it down and they throw it in
the trash can. Yeah,
that was great. That was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of little things in this film that I really, really love. I like the fact that I didn't really think about it until they hit that one scene. It's like, yeah, they're all in clothes, and then they went to go investigate, because the missing otter. Mm-hmm. They're all in clothes, and they in the all natural kind of habitat.
Yeah, that's what's his name?
Chong,
yeah.
Yeah. Is it Chong or Cheech?
I think it's Chong. It's Chong, yeah.
And he's perfect for that character too. Yeah, so Nagy, remember the otter came in here with his like suede shoes and stuff? And like the elephant's like, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, he tells the little bunny, the cute bunny, that the wise like the elephant lady remembers everything about everybody that comes in. So they go over there. And he starts saying, "Hey, you remember the otter that came in here?" Mm. And she's like, "No." Well, technically, it's Chong that remembers everything, not the elephant.
Yeah.
Because Chong says, he had like the pants or whatever. He got taken off. He got picked up by that limo, and he says like even the freaking license plate number. Like
oh yeah, Judy's like, do you even happen to know the license plate? Oh yeah, man, it's 1257.
Yeah, it
he's
is.
like, I wish I could be smart as an elephant.
Yeah, and the fool like walks away. It's like, dude, he's like the smartest one there.
Yeah, it was so funny, but he's the dumbest. It's so funny. And then because there's a lot of scenes in here, so we're really jumping around this, but we're assuming that you saw Zootopia. We loved it. I loved it as much as probably a lot of people were watching this. There was that particular scene, and then there's another scene we see in the trailer is that they have to go do the ID for the license plate. And that's the sloth.
Flash.
100-yard dash. Like that. Yeah. I love that scene still. Even though I saw it in a trailer, I still loved it in the movie.
Mm-hmm. And we're not going to spoil this for you guys, but he has that name for a reason. So
yeah, we can.
No, I'm not going to spoil that one for you because even I was just like,
it. What? We've already seen it. We're already in spoiler territory.
Well, not everybody's seen it.
All right. We won't spoil that part.
That part. We'll tell you everything else.
That part was like icing on the cake right there.
Yeah.
Cherry on top. But I love like I do love the fact that like they're just sloths in this like DMV, and it's a great play on like the actual DMV.
They are slow, and it's just like
God,
they have 7 people on break with only 4 people in there. But once a rush comes, 5 go to break. Like off, and then there's only 2 working with like 100 people waiting.
Exactly, and it feels like you're there like forever. Like there's this one scene where I think it was Flash, and he's like barely stamping the little paper, and then like the little tiger or whatever. He's like, God dang it! Like you just see his frustration and anger.
Oh yeah,
it's so fun. It's so funny when that particular scene comes up towards the end. And then of course the whole thing is that they have to find the animals that are missing and stuff, so they'll help Nick. And the only reason Nick is following Judy is because Judy has some dirt on him. She has that recording. She has that the thing that she taped over, and it's like a carrot.
Yeah,
it's like a carrot.
A recording carrot pen.
Yeah. So they go looking for. There's a lot of conspiracy. There's a lot of things behind the scenes. It's a lot of twists and turns. You think it's the lion that's doing it, J.K. Simmons, that captured all these animals and that made them be predators again. But then that's out the window. Then you're like, okay, so who is it? Because at first they say it is him, and he goes to jail, and they get all the animals back. And I like how I still couldn't figure out like, okay, so why are these animals like behaving like this?
Yeah.
And then we find out it's because of the one like kind of fruit thing or flower thing. Yeah.
The flower thing, yeah.
Yeah. I love the Breaking Bad reference too in the film. He's like, oh, hey, Jesse and Walter are here outside. There's a Breaking Bad reference in here. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, we got all the Breaking Bad fans to go watch it. Like, what?
Yeah, there's a cool Breaking Bad reference. And then I did like how the little vice president,
Mm-hmm. The little
secretary,
sheep, yeah,
not secretary.
Yeah, she was like a little sheep in the movie, or a little.
Yeah, because she becomes president after J.K. Simmons is gone.
Yeah, gets locked up.
And she's actually the bad guy.
Yeah,
this little tiny thing is actually the bad guy.
No, I didn't see it coming.
I didn't either, because the whole movie is just like made for it to be kind of like buffoonery and stuff.
And
I saw her taking over, but I thought that was gonna be at the very, very end, and they did it kind of early. I'm like, oh, is this movie gonna end already? And then no, it's actually she was the bad guy. So I don't know.
Like, damn, Daniel.
Exactly. Exactly. So that was cool, a little twist and stuff. But how do you feel about Nick and Judy's relationship in this film?
It was like, so was there romance in it?
I think there was.
Like, they're liking each other, even though
I know a lot of people were kind of mad and upset that they weren't like together.
Mm-hmm.
It's hinted though. It's very much hinted, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a sequel because it made a lot of money.
Yeah, and also, you guys, come on. I mean, there could be romance in between the two characters, but in the end, it's a fox and a rabbit. Like,
I know
that'd be a weird looking fox rabbit.
No, what's crazy? That's not the weirdest thing in the world. Like, we're gonna be talking about Shrek later, but like, come on, Donkey and the Dragon. Like, they could do it. I mean,
yeah, that one was funny though.
It makes sense though that Judy and Nick would hook up because there's definitely a friendship, or well, they don't like each other at first. Then there's a friendship, and then it seems like it's turning into a romantic thing. I did like because he makes a reference. Or at the very end, Nick becomes a cop. He becomes a cop, which is cool. I like that idea of him becoming a cop. He's Judy's partner. They got this sweet little Batmobile thing going on there, and he says they do something. I forget what they do. Then he says, "You know, you love me." And she says, "Yeah." I'm like, whoa. And then there's actually a deleted scene out there because after I watched this movie, I went to 107 facts about Zootopia, and I'll get to the animation in a little bit. But there's a deleted scene where actually Judy takes Nick to meet the parents, and she says that they're like shocked, like, who is this? Like, oh, this is Nick. This is my boyfriend. That's a deleted scene. That's kind of crazy. They left it out for a reason, probably because for the sequel and stuff, and they just wanted to stick with the partners in this film. But dude, the animation in here was beautiful.
It was nice.
It was beautiful, man. I loved it. I thought you could just see kind of like the little hairs and stuff. They got the animals. I like the designs of the animals too. I like the design of Nick. I like the design of Judy. I like the design. Oh, dude, the mafioso. Oh, the Godfather.
Yeah. What was he?
Wasn't there Mr. Biggs?
Yeah,
Mr.
Yeah,
Big.
Mr. Big, I think.
Yeah, Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
And it's like a little hamster.
Yeah.
It was like a little rat or something like that.
Let's just say you get a little taste of Marlon Brando as the Godfather into this Zootopia.
Yeah. It's definitely Godfather.
Yeah,
it's
so Godfather. Funny. He comes in. He quotes the Godfather lines.
You come to me, and my thought is
yeah. It's like the Godfather just in the scene, just in a kid's cartoon with a cute little ugly. It's a cute ugly. It's cute at the same time. It's also ugly.
It's pretty ugly though, because he has like these big eyebrows that you can't even see his eyes. It's so funny, and then like he has polar bears as like his guards.
Yeah,
so funny.
You see Mr. Big, so you think it's gonna be a polar bear.
Yeah,
they have all these polar bears, and this little rat comes out.
And I like how he says "Isom."
Yeah, when he's gonna do in other animals, he was like Isom, and they open up this bottom thing. There's like ice water, like where polar bears swim, and like of course no other animal could withstand like the cold of polar bears, like ice water.
Exactly.
So they just drop them in there and they do ice them.
They die. But
yeah, they ice.
It's so funny too when he's like, "Oh, Nick, you give my mama a of a skunk.
Yeah,
It's like so.
It was the carpet, I think it was.
Yeah,
or
the
something,
carpet,
the
and I put that carpet in my mama's, casket. Nick, no. Like
no. Yeah, it's like, oh, like, dude, you totally messed up.
So funny. That was pretty. That was pretty funny. Scene. What I really liked too was like there's a lot of, like I said, detail. There's a lot of things love put into this film because you have Zootopia, but they make cities and things for every size, every kind of animal. Because there's one scene where Judy has to go take on a robber, and they end up in like the little mouse town, like a little animal kind of town, and you just see this robber skating on these cars that are actually driven by the little animals, and then you even see little doors open up that for the train, where there's like a big animal, there's a door. There's a medium-sized animal, there's a door. And then there's like a super tiny one, there's a door to get off the train. So they really put some love in this, man. They really put some love in this. They really put a lot of detail in this.
Yeah, and the ideas too is cool because as it goes on, like Zootopia is massive. It's a massive city like New York, but it's broken off in sections. Like there's the jungle section for like jungle animals that live in the jungle, but yet they're still humane. Like they talk, walk around, clothing, just like the jungle. Yeah. Then you go over here, and then like where Mr. Big lives, it's all like snow area because all the polar bears live there and snow animals. Yeah. And then you have the regular city where you get like the mice, foxes, pretty much everybody else that can live like in.
It's like New York.
New York, yeah.
It's like New York.
But it was really cool idea. Like how Daniel said too, like the mice have their own little section. It's still in New York City, we'll say, but it's just downgraded like to their size. Yeah,
it's there's the same rules and like laws apply to every animal, which is that's what I really love about this film is just like it's very unique. I don't think I've really seen something like this. I mean, maybe I have, but it just wasn't as executed and love was not put into it as much as this one has. So Zootopia is definitely a must watch. Honestly, it's one of my favorite animation movies. Are you going to go check out Zootopia 2?
Yeah. Yes, when it comes to we're going to be older probably, but we're still going to go see it.
I think they're going to do this like maybe 2 years down the line because it did make a lot of money. It made a massive amount of money. So, I mean, what do you want to see in Zootopia 2? Like, where do you go in Zootopia 2?
In Zootopia 2, I just want to be surprised. Like, for me, so like this one was good. Like, it probably doesn't need a sequel, but if they do, I really want to see what the idea is behind it. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Like, okay, they're making a second one. Surprise me. Show me what you guys can come up with.
Yeah, I want to see definitely a different kind of city. That'd be kind of cool to see, like a little bit more further out in the world and see how that.
Like a Farmtopia.
Farmtopia.
The rednecks. Farm. Get the rednecks.
They got Bunnytown. They had Bunnytown. But Zootopia is definitely a must watch. Where would you rate it in the scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10? Oh, that one's tough. Me, like a 7.5.
7.5.
7.5, 8.
Okay.
It's like you'll enjoy the movie. Like you'll enjoy it. Yeah. It's not like something like, oh my God, I'm gonna go watch it again. You're not gonna leave there and think, dude, that movie was terrible. I'm not gonna watch it again. Yeah. It's a good movie if you just want to watch one, like with kids. Say, hey, no, it's on Zootopia for the kids. They'll sit down and watch it while I do this. Yeah. While I clean the kitchen or like clean the backyard, they'll sit down and watch it and keep them entertained. Yeah. So it's an entertaining movie.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. There is. I do see where it could have been better, but it still was good for what they gave us. I'd give it a solid 8. There's some things that just, it just wasn't a classic, but it was so well done. I still loved it. I loved it. I really did love it, but I still feel like there's some things that could have been done a little bit better. The story was, after a while, no, I'll give it a 9. I give it a 9. I give it a solid 9. There is still little things here and there that I wish could have happened, but overall, I give it a solid 9.
Okay,
solid 9. So that was Zootopia, and those are 2 great films by Disney. But there is still films to come, and I think one of them that they're advertising a lot, dude. They're advertising Angry Birds a lot.
Yes,
I'm not looking forward to it, honestly.
Honestly. Watching the trailer, okay. I don't know how they're gonna put this together because we've all played the Angry Birds game. Like we've all had
Star Wars edition.
Little things.
Star Wars edition.
Like, how do you put that into a movie? Like, really, like, how do you do that? And like, well, I know they steal the eggs and they go to their town, but it's like how the powers of the birds and stuff and how they blow up things without them destroying themselves. Or, I mean, it's cartoon, yes, and you know, cartoon, they defy the laws of physics and they can do things no person can do, but it's still, that seemed like a pretty hard concept to put into a movie. It would like be making a chess movie with the chess pieces come to life and fighting against the other chess pieces. Like, how do you do that without destroying the other pieces?
I think the last trailer they kind of showcased that they can do that because like the birds but of course they're gonna get captured if they don't destroy the whole thing. Yeah. That's probably gonna be the final battle towards the end. But it feels like they know how to do it. But the problem I have with the trailers so far is like it's not funny.
No, it looks annoying.
It does, yeah.
I was talking about that part in the trailer at the end. I was like, what? Yeah,
it's just it's not. It's very, and then there's like, you know, toilet humor, especially with the eagle spraying its wings. Get it? Peeing in the water and they're drinking the water. Like it's just. It doesn't look funny to me. It doesn't look clever. It looks like they just kind of slap the name Angry Birds on there and say, "Here you guys go. Please pay to watch it," and that's it.
And you know, the parents are paying, the little kids are begging to see it, and they're just like, "Dang."
You know, it's kind of funny. When I don't even know when this movie comes out, but maybe because I haven't been to the movies lately. But it doesn't seem like they're advertising as much as they were. But I don't know. Do you think this is going to be a bomb, or do you think this is going to be a success?
Oh, hard to say.
It's a name.
It's a name. Angry Birds. So if they can pull it off, great. Like, I'll be happy for them. But I really think it's probably going to bomb. Like, I haven't seen North of the North, and that movie did not look good to me at all.
Oh my God! I work at the movie theater, and I had to, you have to check theaters and stuff. And I was checking. We had Norm of the North. And every time I went into that theater, I wanted to just hurry up and check the theater and leave because Norm of the North looked horrible. I saw the audience that was there. The adults were just losing their minds, and the kids were bored with it. It looked like a horrible, horrible movie. So I do not recommend Norm of the North, honestly. I'm pretty sure Angry Birds is going to be a lot better than Norm of the North.
It won't live up to Zootopia.
No, it won't. It might surprise us though.
I know. That's what I'm hoping it does. Hope someone says, "Dude, go check out Angry Birds." Yeah, go check it out.
I'm not hoping for a terrible film. I'm just seeing. I have expectations, and you can have expectations. And I'm thinking that this is going to be very funny. So hopefully that's totally not the case, and I watch it and I'm just like laughing my ass off. Going from Angry Birds, we have another Disney Pixar film. Now Pixar is the king of animation.
Yeah, all started with Toy Story.
I will say that, but we have another movie there was another movie that everybody loved too. I will say that we'll get into that debate because I don't think Pixar is the king of animation. Yeah, it is, but there's competition though. But everybody loved Finding Nemo. Now we're getting Finding Dory. Did you like Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Like a lot?
Well, when did that come out?
That felt like it came out like in 2000, like 4,
3. We'll just knock off. We'll just say 11 years. So, 11 years. Early teens. It was good. I liked it. Now that I watch it, I still enjoy it, but not as much. I mean, I do like it a lot. I like the scene with the dentist in there. Like, I really like those characters, the fish and the.
I liked it. It was all right. It wasn't my favorite Pixar movie, of course, but it's all right. I liked it. It's fine. It was fine with me. Like I wasn't enthusiastic when I heard that for making Finding Dory. I mean, do we really need Finding Dory though?
She's just gonna forget the whole adventure she goes on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like she doesn't remember. Like she doesn't remember anything. Like that could come off kind of annoying with Finding Dory. I know people love Finding Nemo, but Finding Dory is like a movie that I'm just. It
would have been better if they lost the dad and something happened to the dad because then Nemo will have to work with Dory.
Yeah, but it's all about Dory being lost, and of course Nemo and what's his name have to go.
Marlin, where his name is.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. Wow,
I can't remember. It's been so long. But Finding Dory, where's that in your excitement level at? 1 through 5. Are you super excited? Or?
Not really. I'm not probably gonna go watch it.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably gonna be good.
Honesty.
No,
Honesty.
it's gonna be a good kids movie. It really is. I know it, but no. I mean, I guess the truth. I didn't really like Dory and Finding Nemo. I did, but I sort of found her a little annoying, like obnoxious a little bit.
Did you want to eat her?
Yeah. I want something to deep fryer with some chips and boom. There you go, right
That's
there.
jacked up, yeah.
Like I said, like I like the dentist, those characters more than Dory. And I'm sorry, guys, if you guys are mad, but
it just doesn't appeal to us. What about Secret Life of Pets?
Oh, I think that one's gonna be better than Finding Nemo too. Sorry, you guys, but that one looks really funny because now we get to see what do our pets. What do they do when we're not home?
Yeah,
we're not keeping our eye on them, like Toy Story.
I think we all thought that, like
when we walk out, what are these figures behind us? Do they jump off and start playing and messing around on the computer when Daniel and us are all gone?
Yeah.
So
Damn it, Balto.
So same thing goes with our animals. Like, what do they do?
Exactly. I really love the scene in the trailer when like the poodle is by itself, like the master owner leaves, and the poodle just rocks
that music.
So to rock music, like that's really clever to me, and that's really funny, and that's very because you think a poodle would listen to classical music like it was, and it wasn't. It was listening to rock music, and I thought that was funny. I thought that was cool. So I Secret Life of Pets, I haven't seen too much of, like, it's not coming out until later on, so I will.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. I can't wait for that one because that one looks a little bit more funner and a little bit more funnier than, like, let's say Angry Birds.
Yes.
Another one I'm looking forward to just because I used to have the toys is Trolls. Trolls. I mean, it does look. I think they're the same people who did the Smurfs.
So are they going to be like how Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Smurfs were, where they're interacting with humans?
Oh God, Alvin and Chipmunks too.
With humans, or are they just going to be just a Trolls movie, just trolls?
I don't know. I'm hoping that it's just an animation type movie where it's just
trolls.
There's no trailer really out there. It's just a teaser trailer with the trolls dancing and stuff. It's kind of dumb, but I like Trolls, and it could be a good film, but I'm not holding my breath.
You think they can do a crossover with the Smurfs and Trolls?
I hope not.
Wouldn't that be awesome, you guys? Seeing the Smurfs and the Trolls in one movie together?
I hate those Smurf movies like a lot. This is so stupid.
They were so blue.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. And that dude wants to eat the Smurfs? Like, really? Like, that's gross. Ice Age 5. I love the Ice Age movies, but I stopped watching maybe after 3.
Yeah. They're trying to, I think Ice Age is trying to start competing with The Land Before Time.
Gee,
The Land Before Time.
The first movie was number 1.
Well, number 1. Number 2 came a musical. Okay. Then number 3, then before you know it, all musicals. Like, it was like, no, it took away from the first movie. So all these kids have seen all these new, like, Land Before Time movies and never the first one. I bet you if you show them the first movie, how it all started, they'd probably cry. Because it is a sad movie.
Yeah, I mean, the first Land Before Time, it's like, honestly, that's the best one.
It is.
All of them are just, like, terrible.
Universal really nailed it. And Universal's movies, like cartoons at
They're
that
good.
time, they were good.
They were really good. What's the name?
American Tail was
American
good.
Tail was
both
great.
of those, and then their
Balto was distributed by Universal. That was a fantastic film. Like, Universal knows their stuff. I'm surprised that they stopped making kind of cartoon movies like that.
I wonder why. I like to go ask them. Hey, why did you guys stop making cartoons?
Yeah, why? I love Balto. What the heck, you jerks?
Yeah. so Ice Age 5, like
Ice Age 5. It looks like it's about.
I think they might end it now.
Because it looks like it's going to.
Yeah, because they got meteorites coming to hit Earth, and like the big ones coming. So like, how do you? If it's already going for, only person I can say that can probably stop that meteorite is Scratch.
How?
Because he's so dumb as it is. Everything he's a big screw. He messes everything up.
That's true. Because they do showcase him in space.
Yeah, he's the only person that can probably fix it.
I think we just called the Andy.
Yeah, oh shit.
He's in space, so somehow he's gonna freaking take out the meteorite. Oh my god. we just messed up.
I know we just messed. Everyone's like, "Great job, you guys."
You're welcome. This looks like Mona. but I know it's something else. It's called something else.
Yeah.
Moana.
It's a Hawaiian name.
Moana. It's starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah. He's Maui. Like he's like a god that comes down or whatever to Earth, and I don't know.
There's not too much
about this. It's about a girl that leaving the Hawaiian Islands to explore the world. Yeah, and she's taking with her the god Maui, which is played by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and that's pretty much we know. And they just set out on an adventure. That's all we know so far about it, and I believe it's coming out towards the end of this year.
Yeah, so you're not gonna get any advertisement probably until the summer.
Yeah,
probably around June.
Maybe when you see Life of Pets, or Secret Life of Pets, or Angry Birds, or Dory.
I don't think this is done by Pixar either. I think this is just animation team. Yeah, we did Frozen. Wait, was Frozen Pixar? Frozen was Pixar.
I think it was Pixar.
It was Pixar. So we have that Ratchet and Clank. Like I haven't seen the movie yet. I remember the game. I never played the game. I just remember it. We talked about Trolls. The one movie I think we're both kind of interested and excited about is Strings.
Yeah, it's
Kubo and the Two Strings. That's actually looks very. It looks like a Tim Burton-esque film.
It did. I don't think it is Tim Burton.
It's not.
But it has like that. If you've seen all Tim Burton's movies, like Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas, all claymation.
You could even say Giant Peach. Not by Tim Burton, but it's definitely Giant Peach.
It had a feel when I was watching that trailer of all of them, and it looks really good. Like I'm gonna go watch that one. I know they're made for kids, but you know what? There's some couple. They're also made entertained for adults.
Yeah, what I like about it is it has like this Japanese, Asian kind of culture aspect to it.
Yeah.
Like there's this one part where the wave is coming and like the character like plays its kind of like guitar or whatever, and like what's it like the ocean kind of parts a little bit.
Yeah, she has two strings on it. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like the idea. I like it's interesting. It's interesting. Another one too was the Book of Life. It had that kind of similar to it, even though that was more animation.
Yeah,
but it definitely has that James and the Giant Peach
look
going on it. I don't think it's gonna be a big hit. I think it's definitely gonna be in theaters for a little bit, so you gotta check it out as soon as possible. I gotta see when it comes out because I'm really interested in the film.
Yeah,
and the cinematography and like how dark it is. Not dark like tone wise, but like just like how beautiful like the shadow casting of it is, and just you just feel like this is like a world that you're like kind of want to explore, but it's a little creepy at the same time.
Yeah. And it's good. It had like a little bit of a Harry Potter effect in the trailer, how they explained the story.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter is actually the perfect really example because look how like that movie feels, especially later on Harry Potter's. It's great.
But it looks great. I like the whole idea behind the witch lady. It's the sorcerer. However, not a lot of information is after the little girl, and there's a monkey, like a warrior monkey, protecting the girl that was brought back to life by her mother before the mom was destroyed. Killed.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
In the trailer, explains in the trailer, and they're trying to find the little girl's dad's armor because that's the only thing that can actually protect her from this witch. So that's what it's all about, and it looks really good.
That's an interesting story, and that's a goal. That's an interesting goal that you have to do. There's a lot of consequences. There's a lot of heartfelt probably moments in here. There's a threat that's after you. Like it seems like everything's going to be put together.
You have
nicely.
The warrior, which is the monkey, and somebody else joining in their quest.
Yeah,
it looks like a bug guy.
That's great.
It's like a beetle.
I love adventure movies too. Like that. That kind of reminds me that you explaining that kind of reminds me of like a Conan the Barbarian type deal. Just it's a kid's kind of flick, but I like that. I like that a lot. So that's definitely one of the ones we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm looking for that one a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. All right, big time, Josie. It's time to get to the nitty gritty, and that is
it's that final one that we want to talk about.
Yeah. So movie wise, there's been a lot of animation movies that came out this year and last year, but I'm gonna ask you, man, what is your your favorite animation movies from Disney, DreamWorks? Because I think DreamWorks is up there with Disney. They've competed. But what are some of your favorite ones? And I wanted to mention, like, there was another movie out there that came out that was not too bad. I think it was done by Pixar, The Good Dinosaur.
The dinosaur? Yeah, I think that was Pixar.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And Kung Fu Panda 3 was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about that yet, but that was an awesome movie. But what are your favorite animation movies, buddy?
Anything that deals with animation like that, I have to say probably the first Toy Story. Like the Toy Story series, you can't pick one. I mean, they're all fantastic.
They're all that is
you can't just nail it down to one. But I would just say the first one because for it being made in 1996, it's still very entertaining. Like they put so much idea into that. Now that even when you watch it, it's still entertaining.
It's a simple story.
Yeah, simple story, but you like it. How they did the characters and the dialogue. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
Then my next one, I have to probably say Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda. That one was so funny. The very beginning, he's telling his story. It's so random how the guy's like, I see you like to chew.
Yeah.
Chew? Oh, my fist. It's just like,
Jack Black. He was born to be a panda. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot. I mean, I was just like, dude, movie's awesome.
And this is the first Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, and then after, I left her and I was like, shoot, I'm going to go get Chinese food. I'm going to get Chinese food. Got some noodles.
That's how you know a movie did its job.
Yeah, that's how you know when they do your job. When you leave that place and you want to eat that type of culture food.
Yeah.
You're all right. They nailed it. Then number 3, I don't know yet for number 3. Like,
what movies out there, or what other movies are just like one of your favorites, though?
One of my favorites, it would have to be probably the Kung Fu Panda series. If you really want to go, either like the Toy Story or Kung Fu Panda. But if you just took all that away, it would probably have to be the second Shrek movie.
The second Shrek movie is really good. Yeah. That's with Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots, yes. Yeah. Like the third Shrek. Okay, Justin Timberlake as Arthur. It was like they sort of slap chop. They threw together like the third one and fourth one, I believe.
Yeah. The fourth one was
better. I think the fourth one though was better than the third one.
Yeah, but it still wasn't as good as the first two.
No, but Shrek 2 for me, that was probably Toy Story, Kung Fu Panda, and then Shrek 2.
Okay. All right.
Would be my 3.
That's awesome.
Animation movies.
I was surprised you didn't mention Ants or A Bug's Life.
Those are okay. I mean, I like those ones, but they didn't rank up. Like those ones I can just pop in, like if I want to watch one.
Yeah.
But I know I'm gonna watch Shrek 2 right now. I'm gonna watch Ants. I mean, I do like it.
Yeah.
But I think like those ones, I think the other ones would keep me more entertained.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much. Number 1 is always going to be How to Train a Dragon for me. I love How to Train the Dragon. Like it's like it has everything I wanted. It had animation, it had characters, and I love the second one too. But of course, I think the second one's not as good as the first one. But the first one was just fantastic. Like I could watch that over and over and over again. So that's why it's my number 1. Number 2. This is hard because I love Kung Fu Panda. Mm-hmm. I love the first one. Probably going to the third one.
It's I know difficult.
I'm going to go to the third one.
Try to pick one.
I'm going the third one just because you said the first one. I love that one, but if I had, I'll go third one because the third one, the recent Kung Fu Panda movie, because we had the first one, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. We had the second one. I think the second one wasn't that great, honestly. It was all right.
The villain was downsized.
It was definitely was. It was more darker, definitely. But the third one brought you the first one and the second one a little bit.
Got to see Master Oogway again.
Yes. Woo! Anything with Master Oogway is awesome. Like, I loved it. I had such a blast with the third one. And there's a lot of funny moments in there that I laughed at just as much as I laughed on the first one. So I'll go with Kung Fu Panda 3. The third on my list is probably going to be now we got to go a Pixar movie. We got to go a Pixar movie. And Pixar has done a lot of great movies. They have WALL-E, they have Up, they have what's it called?
Take your time.
Frozen.
Let it go, Dan.
I'm letting that go.
Just let it go.
I'm letting that go. But the creme de la creme is, of course, Toy Story. And what's funny is I said Kung Fu Panda 3 in the second one, and Toy Story is a complete trilogy.
Yes.
I know they're making a fourth one, which I'm kind of interested in because Woody wants to go get Bo Peep. And I was like, oh, Bo Peep's gone. But if you want to, everybody talks about what's the greatest trilogy? Toy Story is the greatest trilogy, one of the greatest trilogy. But out of those movies, my number 3 is actually going to be the number 3 Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
I love the number 3 Toy Story.
It was a good execution. It was. I mean,
yeah.
Cause you see the second one, you're like, oh, awesome, like perfect. You did it all with justice. Then you watch the third one, and you're leaving the theater crying, but you're like, that was such
a passing of the torch.
Good movie. Yeah. And you're just walking away. It was that movie was made for the generation of the 90 kids.
Yeah.
Anybody that was in the mid 80s to 90s that grew up with Toy Story, they ended that. Number 3 ended it for us. Like, it's like, because all that time when it came out, a lot of us are all that way at college. We practically left that time era. Like, so some of us were already in college. Some of us were leaving college. Yeah. So that's how they made it. They made it. We grew up with Andy.
Yeah, that's what I really love is, and it's the passing of the toys.
Yeah, now Bonnie has them.
Yeah, and what I really loved about the movie too was the heist factor. Mm-hmm. Not the heist, the escape. The escape factor. Oh my God, it was so funny. And then when Buzz goes to Spanish mode, was hilarious. And then you see more Buzz and what's your name? Jesse get a little bit more romantic. It was so funny. It was done well, so good. And I love the fact that they had Mr. Potato Head and they put him outside in the play pit, like for punishment and stuff. He's like full of sand and stuff. And tortilla, man.
Tortilla, yeah.
That was, oh God, it's so clever and funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But the Shrek series, the second one's really good. So I'll agree with you. The second one is probably the best one out of the Shrek series.
It was so much more in that one. I mean, the first, like every first one's a good jump start, and sometimes you do it so well you can't top it.
Yeah.
But Shrek, I felt the second one topped the first one.
Yeah.
Second one.
Yeah, the second one definitely. The first one was a great starter.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other good ones. I really liked Up, but I liked Up like a certain half of it. Like the second half, I was like, it's all right. But I think the Up has the best kind of like montage out of all of them, especially in the beginning with meeting his wife miscarrying, and then dying. That was so good.
What?
It was so good though. Another one too was WALL-E, and I like WALL-E. At the time I didn't because I was in a theater full of kids and they were acting up. But I rewatched it, and I like WALL-E. It's definitely a different kind of spin to it. I like how WALL-E just says WALL-E. That was great. DreamWorks, DreamWorks has Kung Fu Panda, Shrek, and How to Train Your Dragon. They don't really have. I think they had Home, but I never saw Home.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw Home.
I wonder what other movies are.
And then you also have like movies like Ants. I really loved Ants.
I think that was DreamWorks.
That's was it DreamWorks?
Yeah, I think that was DreamWorks' first one.
That's good. That's good stuff right there. Ants is like it's a Woody Allen movie, and it's so Woody Allen, but it actually works because at the same time, when Ants came out, Bugs Life came out, and out of the two, I liked Ants.
There were other ones. I mean, not low budget movies, but now that you said Ants. Ant Bully was another movie. I'm not sure if it was DreamWorks. Remember Ant Bully?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was DreamWorks or not.
Yeah, then there was that other animation one that was like CG with the lion in the zoo. Madagascar.
Madagascar.
I think there.
Madagascar to me, it's like, nah, it wasn't my cup of tea, honestly. I didn't really.
I mean.
But I do like the penguins.
I like the penguins. And then King Julian and Mort and the little on the island.
Yeah, we're also forgetting another major one that's actually really good, and that's Despicable Me.
Oh my God,
Despicable Me is great.
Yes, they're actually really good movies.
Yeah, I even like Minions. I know a lot of people didn't like Minions, but I like Minions.
Yeah, the Minions were good. Yeah, Despicable Me 1 and 2, they lived up to their names.
Yeah, I really like this. I would put it in my 4th spot. I put the first movie. I think the second movie was good, but just not as good as the first one.
I did like El Macho.
Oh yeah,
El Macho.
Bringing in the Mexicans, man.
I know. Do you notice how they do that? You notice in a lot of Disney movies or other movies, they make fun of Mexicans a lot.
They make fun of everybody.
Yeah, but it's always with that Mexican music playing in like salsa for some reason. It's always like chips and salsa with us. Anything, it's like it always have like that.
Well. We do like our chips and salsa.
I know, quiet. Like, you can give everybody ideas. So that pretty much wraps up everything.
I'm trying to see if there's any other animation movies we skipped.
We skipped.
I know there's some,
but I just don't know their names.
Yeah. Oh, Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. is a great one. I actually like Monsters University better.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Monsters University. Finding Nemo, we discussed it. The Incredibles.
The Incredibles. Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, The Incredibles. I love that movie, but I still want to put it in my top 5.
No.
It's
It's entertaining. I like it, but it wouldn't go into it.
Tangled. Tangled was a good one. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That was actually a nice little one. Inside Out was I didn't want to watch Inside Out, but when I watched it, I was like, whoa, this is actually really good.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's a great film. Number 5 for me. No, actually, I'll put Despicable Me at number 5. Number 4 would be Wreck-It Ralph for me.
Oh my god!
I love Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, no, yeah, it wouldn't be my top 3 still, but Wreck-It Ralph would be right there because I love the idea of all the video games will come into the little spark plugs into the little adapter cord.
Yeah,
and they all would hang out and chill there.
Yeah,
or go to each other's games, like when Ralph would go.
I love it.
Not Pac-Man's game, but I don't know the name of all the characters.
The candy.
Yeah, and then they all would go and have like their villain meeting.
The counseling. Yeah, it's so funny. I love the idea. I'm waiting for Wreck-It Ralph too. When that came out, I was like I loved the shit out of it. And I'm gonna move my Despicable Me to number 6 actually, and I'm gonna say Ratatouille, number 5. I love Ratatouille. Like I love
the cooking.
Oh yeah, man, Ratatouille is just that's sticking at number 5, Ratatouille, because that's a really good movie. The most disappointing animation movie was Brave for me.
Brave, it could have gone a lot better. I like the story about how the brothers, the kingdom fell with the bear. So it was here, and it just went on here, and at the end it climaxed, but there wasn't enough in the middle. Like
I thought that was such a slap in the face when the bear got involved. The bears, I was like, dude, I didn't think this movie was gonna go that way.
I like the idea with the brothers being little bears. I mean, that was funny, but
it's not a memorable movie, I don't think. We have Cars. Not a big fan of Cars.
No, sorry guys, I didn't like Cars, and I didn't even see Planes.
Planes, yeah,
that's like a knockoff. Not knockoff, but like Cars still did it, but they just
we're missing these 2 big ones too. Big Hero 6.
Baymax.
I liked it, but I didn't love it like everybody else did.
And I don't understand why did they have to kill the brother?
They didn't. I don't know why they did that. It's a typical comic book movie.
Like they killed. If all else, the brother should have been the villain. Wouldn't that have been awesome?
That would have been awesome.
If the brother was the one and actually stole the ideas.
He could have done something for the sequel.
Yeah, because he was actually jealous because he came up with something better than Baymax. I mean, if you can do something where the brother could have been jealous. Yeah,
it would have been great.
Yeah, you didn't have to kill the brother. I was like, or him could have been injured, like badly.
Yeah, the movie was very generic. It was the one thing that really held it together was Baymax and Hero.
And how that would really even made everybody even like really sad if Baymax's voice was actually the brothers.
Oh,
like if he would have came out and said, "Hey, you put your voice recorder as it," if he'd have been like, "Yeah, I voiced into my own robot." Then after when the brother if you really want to tear our hearts out, that's how you did it. Then the brother dies. When Baymax comes up, it's his brother's voice. Then you guys would have been like.
I probably would have been able to take that right there.
You're going to be drinking soda, eat your popcorn. You'd be crying the whole movie.
Another one is Hotel Transylvania. I love both films.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Hotel Transylvania. It's a good film. It's not the best film in the world, but it's a good sit down, eat some popcorn, and watch.
The Croods was one too.
The Croods was one. That wasn't bad. I didn't have a problem with the Croods, but that's mostly all the big ones that have come. I'm pretty sure we're missing a couple of them, but that's the ones we like. That's the ones that we really tend to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
How to Train Your Dragon is always gonna be my number 1. Toy Story is probably gonna be your number 1 until something comes out that just blows our minds.
Yeah.
But there's some animation movies coming out, so we'll see. We'll take a look at that. And Zootopia was another good one, which I always look forward to these animation movies because they can play around with it and they can have fun with it. So.
Mm-hmm. And there is one more movie I really want to mention. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Sausage Party.
It's not a kids movie.
Yeah, it is not a kids movie. So if you say, "Hey, let's go watch Sausage Party," please don't go watch it.
Don't watch it with your kids.
It's an animated movie. It's a rated R movie.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
It looks so stupid,
demented, and just like, what is this? But we're gonna watch it.
When you see that, you never come back. Good luck. Like, oh my god, it's so like ridiculous, but like I want to watch it. What can I say? So that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's all we got. That's what we're just saying here. Yeah, for now. We have a lot more podcasts on the way. Just look out for those. Subscribe to the channel if you would please. Like the video and comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts on any animation movies you like. And I want to thank Big Time Josie joining me, man. Yeah,
Thanks.
Another
Thanks for having me.
Woo! So basically, Josie, we're just saying.
Yep. We're just saying.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and until next time, so we do another podcast. I am Dan Man and Dan's son, aka Goku Dan. This is Big Time Josie. We're out of here. Where's the button?